Hey traders, welcome back to another market update. My name is Nick, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the currency market, looking for technical analysis and potential trade setups that could play out. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Taking a look here at Euro USD, we are seeing the price currently starting to fall from here. You can see we talked recently about the fact that price came up to this 50% retracement level and looks like it's holding for the time being. We did chop around a little bit before starting to fall, but it looks like price wants to head lower. If we do see a price movement lower, I would expect price to potentially go back down to this recent structure low, and even longer if we do see the continued push, we could be seeing price head back to the longer term low, which is down here right around that 1.088 level. Just something to consider there on Euro USD. Let's move on to GBP USD. And what we can see here on pound dollar right now is that price has been kind of chopping around on this pair. If we zoom in just a little bit here, you can see that we do kind of have this zone along the bottom as well as this zone along the top, and price is kind of oscillating back and forth between. We did recently find ourselves right at the top. Price came down and is looking like it wants to head back down to this structure level right around the 1.2782 level. Something to consider there. If you do like trading ranging markets, there might be some buy opportunities if you are looking for the possibility of trading back and forth still. Otherwise, there might be the chance to look for breakouts, right? So if price decides to break to the downside here with a lot of momentum, we could see the continued push on GBP pairs, especially GBP USD. If we do start to see it push down, you have some levels to consider, like this one right here. If we do see a breakout, we could see price headed back down to test something like a big pivotal zone like this area, which is right around the 1.2557 level. USD JPY is our next one here. You can see on the 4-hour chart, we have this nice little trend line to the downside that looks like it's continuing to play out. And we also have a little bit of a longer term trend line here to the upside as well. You can see if we draw from here, it looks like price is currently coming down to test this trend line here, which is going to be a conflicting kind of point where we have sellers and buyers trying to fight over the level. We could see a breakout either way on this market. If we do see a break to the upside, which is in favor of that dominant energy, the longer term trend here, we could see price maybe coming back to even test the recent highs there. Something to consider there on dollar yen. Brent crude is next, and you can see it. Brent crude is up really quite a bit. We really saw price rise here and currently testing the recent highs. Now, if we can break above these highs, then we could see the continuation of this trend. Especially, we've been talking about this kind of upward channel that we have been watching on Brent crude, and it looks like we could be headed back to test kind of the upper top range of this current environment we see. So that's what I see there on Brent crude. Let's take a look at WTI crude while we're here. You can see on this chart, we've already seen price break above recent structure highs, and we also kind of have that same similar channel here on this market. You can see we have kind of that channel pattern, and it looks like price is currently testing right around the top of that channel, kind of smoothly just continuing that pattern there. So we'll see if that can overall keep growing to the upside, or if we're going to start pulling back to test this lower trend line once more and continue that pattern. XAU USD, this is gold. This is our next one. Take a look at the daily chart really quick. You can see we are continuing kind of this downward channel that we do see. You can see price held very nicely along the bottom here. Price bounced nice. In starting this week, we gapped down and filled that gap really quickly and continued overall. So it should be interesting to see if we can get back to this top range where we could, in my opinion, find some good heavy selling resistance to kind of continue this trend structure to the downside that we have started to see unfold. Dollar Canadian is our next one here. You can see dollar Canadian moving quite a bit. We are coming back right around into this area where we've had this multiple top. And the interesting thing is we did see some rejection already in this area, which to me signs that we could see some continuation downwards as buyers look like they're not able to push price past. But we'll see. Maybe we'll find some sort of news that gets us pushing higher. If we drop it down to the 4-hour chart, you can see we have price kind of pulling back to that 38.2% retracement right there on the 4-hour chart, right around that. What level is that? Right around the 1.3275 area. And for the time being, price holding, but it's not looking very convincing to the upside. So we may see price start to break further, maybe even down to test that 50%, right where we have some support looking left as well. GBP CAD is going to be our last one here while we're talking about CAD pairs. You can see price did get a major dip yesterday. We saw some solid selling. We saw a light retracement, and then we saw another round of heavy selling there on GBP CAD. So looking kind of interesting interesting there. Did sell off in the London session. And the interesting thing about GBP CAD is that we are overall pushing to the upside quite a bit. And in the grand scheme of things, it didn't look like a huge pullback, but in the short-term time frames, we did see some heavy selling. So where do we go from here? Well, the overall context, remember, on the 4-hour chart is that we have been moving quite heavily to the upside. And so to me, it's not out of the question that we could see the continued push to the downside there, especially as we break through this sort of trend line that you can see. If we draw more clean right here along that recent line, you can see we did break below that level. We retested that same kind of concept and fell further. So to me, we could see further downside on GBP CAD going forward. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe down below if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time.